There are three ways to solve a quadratic equation. The first way is factoring, the second way is by quadratic formula, and the third way is by completing the square. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve this quadratic equation by factoring. The first thing we want to do is set this equation equal to 0. So we'll take the 16 and go ahead and move that to the other side by subtracting from both sides. And so we'll have x squared minus 6x minus 16 equals 0. Once your equation has been set equal to 0, you can move on to step 2. We're going to factor this equation. We're looking for numbers that multiply to give us 16, and those factors should add up to equal the middle term of negative 6. Once we have set each of these factors equal to 0, we'll have two values for x. We'll have x equals 8, and we'll have x equals negative 2. To check if these values are correct, we're going to plug each one into the original equation. So first, let's check x equals 8. When we substitute, we're going to use parentheses. So we're taking our x out of here, substituting with 8 like this. Minus 6 times 8 equals 16. And we'll do a quick check here. 64 minus 48 is in fact equal to 16. So the first value of x checks out, so we'll go ahead and box this one up. Our second one is x equals negative 2. Remember to use parentheses. And we'll get 4 plus 12 equals 16. And so this value also checks out. So this quadratic equation has two solutions of x equals 8 and x equals negative 2. I'm going to show you one more problem. This one, which entails a binomial. To factor this, we see it's the difference of two perfect squares. So we'll factor this to x minus 4 and x plus 4. And then we'll do what I like to call a t-chart here and set each factor equal to 0. Once each factor has been set equal to 0, we'll go ahead and solve. And we'll have x equals 4 and x equals negative 4. And same as the last, we'll go ahead and check in the original equation. We'll do our check for x equals 4, and we'll do our check for x equals negative 4. And you see the first one checks out. And when we check the second one, it checks out as well, because negative 4 squared is also 16, and 16 minus 16 is 0. Both values check out, so we have two answers. You can represent your answers like this, or in what we call a solution set. Or if you'd like to express your answer as plus minus 4, this indicates that you have a positive 4 and a negative 4 as your final answer. That's the end of the video. Stay tuned for another one on solving using quadratic formula and completing the square.